Good evening, my name is Matt Cavalier, and this is my Tripping.com presentation for my capstone project about how Tripping.com and my proposal is going to help them become the leader in today's vacation rental industry. So let's jump right in. Of course, Tripping.com was founded in 2009. It hosts over 12 million properties in over 190 countries. It is potentially going to be able to grab a $1.3 trillion market, and it's one of the world's largest short-term vacation rental companies. So what's going on with Tripping.com? Well, currently there are many illegally short-term rental listings that Tripping.com has on their website. They're unable to verify listers, and there is potential for millions in lawsuits based on the cities and states that the listings are listed in, and this is going to cause loss of users and markets. So here's our pestle analysis. I've only highlighted a couple things per one that I think is important to keep in mind when going through this proposal. Short-term rentals require state documents such as license and certifications, and states are suing over legally listed properties for not having these state documents. Traveler markets are starting to look elsewhere because of this, and the changes in neighborhoods and buildings and the building of neighborhoods is also changing the landscape of how short-term rental and vacation rentals are taking place. And overall, there's a reduction in long-term rentals, which has caused issues for new residents. And there's also been issues from the short-term rental issue that has caused different lengths of stay and different requirements to be a renter. And of course, vacation rentals have been correlated to raising housing costs. Our technology that Tripping.com is using is a search engine based company that takes 10% of a cut per listing, and the engine has to be constantly tailored to target markets due to the trends, such as in the snowbird time, which is the winter, people tend to like to go to the warmer climates, whereas people like to go to the beach on the summer, or they might like to go to the snow and go to Aspen. Who knows? Negative effect on communities that host travelers. Short-term rentals raise rent, as I said before, and of course the vacation rentals cut off hotel rentals. In 2016, I showed the example that lodging could cost companies up to $440 million in taxes. This is only growing, including the new lawsuits that are being raised per state per illegal listing. And then cities have stopped owners from owning multiple renting properties. Then business license, certificate, and licenses have started to being required just to host and be a part of the short-term rental. So what are the strengths? Here's a couple of the strengths that I think are important when considering this proposal. One, this vacation company has affordable prices. They have a strong relationship within their market. They have a great website and a great photography program that really showcases what they have to offer for all their vacationers. Their weaknesses, though, are they have a ton of legal issues surrounding the short-term listings. There's a lack of effective methods to verify these listings, and then there's a lack of communication with other properties to ensure that these listings are, in fact, legal. On the other hand, though, on a more positive note, there's opportunities because their competitor are also facing the same issues. Markets are up for grabs. The business traveler, which is a $1 trillion market, are upset with their current client that they use for all of their business travel, and this is a unique opportunity for Tripping.com to take what this proposal has to offer and grab that. And of course, the threats are going to be the changes in taxes, the changes in laws, properties becoming more strict, and of course the growing residential concerns. What's the problem? Well, there's going to be lawsuits from the city that are pouring in to Tripping.com coming in the next weeks, months, days, it could be any time, due to the illegally listed properties. They're missing out on grabbing and capturing a $1.3 trillion market. They need to have an internal system that verifies and certifies these listings. And there's no method to verify that they're legal, and this could cost them thousands of listings during high travel times. So what is my proposal? Well, first and foremost, let's create an internal software and fix that problem. That software is going to categorize all the short-term listings by location and property name. It's going to pull all the documents necessary from the city and the property to confirm and verify the resident. It's going to verify it by state and city, again, like I said, to make sure that the proper forms, being a license or certificate, have been obtained, and it's going to award that seal of verification. showing that this property has been in fact legally verified, and it protects Tripping.com from any kind of lawsuits from that point on. If they haven't, they have 30 days and they have to face a fee of $50 per listing. They have 30 days to either produce the documents required, license certificate, or pull the listing. Then I propose that we take a website and we create a web page using our internal already made website that gives all the information of what you need by state, that lets us create the revenue stream that has a property list and certification form, documents for the property and state, a legal release form releasing Tripping.com from any issues. That way, if there is an issue, so that we don't have to pull as many of these properties down, the users or listers can then pay and get a document, a certification or license, and it makes Tripping.com some money. How's this going to look? Well, in year one, there's going to be two parts. There's going to be the staffing and the research and development side. So the research and development is going to take 12 months, and alongside of that, I have kind of the same idea on how we're going to hire the teams to develop and take care of this software as it gets launched. So first, we got to research it, then develop it, train, and build those training guides, and then embed it in the website and launch it. And of course, measure our results. This is going to require a team. We're going to need data scientists, warehouse architects, analysts, and a legal team. That being said, this is where we are now. We have thousands of potentially illegal listings that will have to be pulled down. They have a potential millions in lawsuits from every city that has illegal listings posted. They have no ability internally to verify users and listings, and there's no ability to get listers the certifications they need to avoid the other three things. But in the future, with this proposal and with this software and with this web page, we're going to capture that market that everyone is looking for right now. We're going to be able to internally verify users or charge the fine that reduces the desire for others to have this problem in the future. And we're going to create revenue streams, two of them, one through fees and one through the certification license through the state. So, as I said earlier, we're going to have teams that are going to build the example that I have below of how we're going to collect the data and store it. It's going to be stored by location name, user, and the location name is going to then build a user profile, which is then going to have either the license or certification uploaded with the property forms and the legal forms. The data collection, as I said before, that we're collecting, that was what we're collecting and building for just the property. This is what we're collecting on the actual person themselves. We want to correct their name, their address, their location, the property name and location that they're listing for, the management company, and the location, so that we can get in touch with them and get access to their servers, and the dates and times of their login. So how is our machine algorithm going to do this? Well, it's going to use the CRISP-DM, and it's going to open a network. We're going to open a network, Tripping.com, with the property management companies that are being listed. We're then going to verify with the help of the property management company's database to verify the properties being listed, that they have the right forms, agreements, etc. So, just to recap, TripCertify is a machine learning data mining algorithm. It's going to use the information that's mined from either the web, government, or property management groups, and posts will be sent and set on timers to flag and be removed after 30 days. Same as the website. The fees are going to be our two revenue streams, and the webpage will pull the data internally from our other webpage showing the different states and locations and requirements by state and location. This is how we're monitoring. We're going to break it down into three sections. We're first going to establish the KPIs, which I have around the bubbles. Then we're going to take those KPIs and visualize them so that we can ensure that the software is working at its best. And then, of course, we got to build that data management roadmap so that we're making sure we're not losing, having errors, not collecting the right data, being good stewards of the data that we're collecting. These are going to be the costs. This is costs I have located for just 1 year per employee. These are competitive rates for 2019, and the training of each and every one of these associates based on what part they're going to play, and based on the software and the clients they're going to be working with and explaining it to is going to be paramount to the success of this proposal. As I said, there's going to be three types of revenue streams. It's actually two, but it depends on, you don't need a certificate and a license, so it's basically two, but I put all three. So there's a legal listing fee, revenue from the certificate and license. The big one I want to talk about in ROI is when it comes to return on investment. Obviously you have the revenue streams, but the really big one is the potential lawsuits avoided. It's in the millions. There's 10 to 12 million per lawsuit that's being avoided constantly. That in itself pays for this. In one lawsuit, we've now paid for this entire project like 5 times over. So I've also put in green the other areas where there's going to be return on investment. So what does this all mean? Well, first and foremost, we're going to internally get rid of all legal properties that can't be verified to protect Tripping.com's brand image and quality. We're then going to verify all the short-term rental properties internally to try and sustain less losses to the total number of bookings and reservations during the peak season this year. Then we're going to gather all the needed information on the short-term rental listing market that has caused all of this chaos, so that in the future we can find and root out trends and so on and so forth. We're going to then legally protect Tripping.com from any future lawsuits, and Tripping.com, using this proposal, is going to become the leader in their industry by capturing not only the traveler market, but creating an internal system that can do what no other competitor can do right now, and that is verify their users. Thank you.